Hello everyone, Angelo here. Been homeless in Los Angeles for about 2 weeks, before that Northern Virginia for 6 months. I accidentally deleted the video I shot yesterday of this same subject, so now I'm going to talk about it again. I still feel a little bit what I felt yesterday. What happened was, I was in a really bad mood. I went to a grocery store. I was like, I'm tired of just going to the 99-cent store or the food bank. I want to go to an actual grocery store. And I was just getting so angry, so frustrated about being in there and knowing I could barely afford anything. Like, it's my last few dollars. I didn't want to deal with food stamps. They were trying to be nice, and when I called and say I want to cancel, they're like, well, you can come in and do something. I said, well, I'm just going to cancel. And they're like, okay, but we're here to help. And I'm like, because for me, the indignity of having to put up, and it's weird how sound echoes in this neighborhood. I mean, look at this tiny little neighborhood. Well, you can't really see it that well, but it's a dead end right here. Anyways, the fact that I have to show them my income statements, that means for me, like, I'm done. I don't deal with the indignity of having to show my income statements or my bank statements. Anyway, and I hate being offered, like, well, you can come back with it. I don't want to deal with it. So I was so miserable in this grocery store, but I knew, like, well, I can't let myself get miserable now. I had no work booked yesterday. I did have a job booked eventually, but I didn't have anything to do yesterday. Got up, went to the gym. Cars coming down the alley or what? Yeah. And here we go. I went to the grocery store, and I was so frustrated and mad that I could barely afford anything there. Looking at all this nice food, I just wanted to smash my little the grocery basket I had on the ground. I was so frustrated, and then thinking about how, I'm like, what am I gonna do? Not that I was worried like nothing would work here. Just I was so miserable not having anything to do yesterday, even though I did have plenty to do. I wrote, which was good, on my screenplay. I read some of this book I'm reading, which is great. Hollywood Under Fire. Under Siege, Martin Scorsese, the religious right and the culture wars, all about how Scorsese and others made The Last Temptation of Christ, and so many of the same issues, actually all the issues in there, are repeating themselves today. Angry conservatives who form groups to make concerted actions to cause outrage over something that they believe is not Christian, and they act like it's this grassroots movement, when in reality it's very, like, a lot of money and a big effort to do it. Anyways, a lot of issues, and some of the same people around, many of the same people around today, still in politics today. Anyways, but I was so miserable, and I just had to think, well. And again, it's not like I was thinking I'm just going to fail at this. I'm like, I don't want to have a day like this where there's not much going on. And then, worrying, like, I got to change arms. My arm's tired. How's this going to work? What am I going to do? What if, tomorrow nobody's working with me too, even though I did have work for tomorrow, which is today now. So I'm filming this late because I had a 12-hour shoot today. That was good. It's not like I'm just elated I had a shoot. It was great. Don't get me wrong. I loved it. But I still have that feeling of misery in me from yesterday. And it's not that I'm like ungrateful for, I loved the shoot today. Like, I was staying as, doing everything I could. It's just that, like, it's not like I was instantly alleviated of that feeling from yesterday, or like everything's great now. It's just the only thing I could think, both in the grocery store and today at the shoot, is just keep going. Just accept this moment for what it is. And in the grocery store, I was having to think hard about, what am I going to do to deal with this misery? And I was having to think why am I doing this? These strong emotions that I felt that I wanted to put into the films and the images that I wanted to make. I'll go back towards this bush. Weird looking bush. Thinking about, what kind of movies do I want to make? Why did I decide to do this? Which is, I have strong images in my head and emotions I want to convey to an audience, and realizing those are so important. And it's not like it made me feel better and better all at once. I mean, it helped. And also just realizing whatever little mistakes I make, if I spend too much money on food or whatever, I hate the indignity of having to ration food. Like, I'm never sure how much I can really eat. I realize some days I'll go to 8 o'clock at night and realize, oh my goodness, I barely ate today. I had like 2 pieces of bread, a pear, maybe some health bars from the food bank. I got to eat well. And thank goodness today on the shoot, by the way, and I did love working this shoot. They provided food all day. I was like, that was awesome, man. I was on my feet all day. I refused to sit for virtually the entire day. Just because I'm like, I have to be attentive. Even though that's a long day, nobody expects you to really stand that long, but I was going to, as long as I could. So that was great. And thinking, wow, after that, and by the way, I'll just leave it at that. And then after that, realizing my day's not even done. I got to make this video. I got to go to somewhere that's still open and try and work on my laptop, do some writing. Read and maybe apply to some jobs, but that was great today. And again, I still have that residual feeling from yesterday of how miserable I was, thinking about how badly I'm lacking food right now. It's not even that I was like fed up with being homeless or anything, but I just hated it, man. Looking at this food, that's a worst thing. When I was looking at this good food, because they had a buffet in the grocery store, and I ended up spending like $17 on this buffet food to have healthy stuff like chicken and bell peppers, spinach, kale, some more chicken with tomato sauce, and rice and beans. And I was so fed up with the idea that I can't afford it. I'm looking at my credit card every day, seeing how much I got to put on there. I can barely get by. I got to keep trying to call my bank, make sure I can get some financial hardship assistance. And looking at this food, I was just like, it's so upsetting, thinking how I can barely afford this. But I was like, well, I can't just sit here and just keep doing nothing. Oh, somebody pulling right up next to me. So where should I go? I should go down here on the corner. And by the way, notice the beautiful picture on these videos now? Yes, that is because I had to get a new phone. So even then I was like, no point in even being, miserable about it. Just keep going. I did not want to spend the money on this. I wanted to keep my phone as long as possible. I've kept it like 3 years. It was restarting constantly. I had to spend like 2 hours in the store putting all my new accounts on this phone, and even then I was like struggling with some, and there's one application I couldn't transfer the info over. I'm like, great, that's really unhelpful. So I had to send all the info on it, to email it to myself. Really annoying. But I was like, there's no point in being miserable that I'm missing, half a day and spending a bunch of money. I'll be fine. It's not even an issue. It's not even something like, well, it could be bad, but no, it's fine. It's working out. So I was so upset thinking about this food situation yesterday. But, I was also thinking, too, the lessons of Viktor Frankl. Instead of thinking, oh, I'm a loser because I can't make this work and I don't have anything much to do today, I was like, well, what does life expect from me? And the answer is always the same in a way, although it's different every time you ask it, which is it doesn't expect me to solve everything at once. So I still have this, feeling in my stomach of just this wreckage from being at the grocery store, how miserable I was. But all I can do, just do what I'm doing, not even think this is good, bad. I don't know. Although in a way I do believe, it's good, but I don't know. Like, all I can do is just keep working. Now, today on set, that was great. I had a great day working. I was so glad I got this job. I met just a lot of people there, and like I said, I refused to sit down. I did sit at one point. Oh, well, I ate lunch. But other than that, like, I was trying to do whatever I could, ask questions, you know, if I could help with anything. So that's great. And I'll be back at work tomorrow. So that's really good. I need that work. But I'm like, well, there's no way I'm missing an upload on the video. It's even more important to do when I'm in this situation. It's sprinkling now a little bit. It doesn't rain much in LA. But I found good areas to sleep in again. I was really frustrated the other night. I was driving like an hour one night to find somewhere to sleep, thinking how much time I'm wasting, gas I'm burning. But I'm really glad to have work, and realizing, okay, after 12 hours working, and I got up at like 5:45 in the morning to do it, and I actually wanted to get up earlier. I had to cut my exercising short. Realizing I still want to shoot this video, go sit down somewhere, try and write on my laptop and read some of this book about Scorsese, and just keep working. So someone's coming over here. I don't like being too close to people, you know, saying this stuff while people are close by. So check out that background there. You can actually see the night sky, whereas before you could not. It's amazing. I almost don't need a camera now, just my phone is good enough. Anyways, that's it for now. Keep watching. I'm talking to my mom. She's really glad for me. She's you know, still we still want to make videos together, so we're gonna try and make them somehow. So keep watching, like, subscribe, all that stuff. Hey, donate. I'm on Cash App now. I didn't know how easy it was to sign up for it. You don't even really have to register much of it, but it's linked in the description. So if you want to donate to help support me live, you can do that, and all you need is your debit card, and maybe you can use your credit card too, but it asks for your debit card, so that's all you need apparently. You don't need to sign up for anything. It's not like Patreon where you have to make an account. This, you literally put in your info and it sends it. So if you want to donate, you know, make it easy on yourself. Donate $1. A lot of people have donated. Thank you for that. So I got to get to work now, and then I got to do another day's shooting tomorrow, and I'm looking forward to it. I really love working on set. Working on set's always a challenge, and that's how it's always been. Any set, no matter how small or big, it's always just, there's a million questions to deal with, and you know, so many tiny little variables to deal with, but I love it. So thanks for watching, everybody. And this is what I came out here to do, and then eventually have my own sets and finance my own films. So thanks for watching, everybody. Keep stay subscribed, tell your friends, watch for more.